So Ian Roberts, the Iowa school superintendent, was arrested by ICE, has resigned. He's accused of being in the U.S. illegally with a past gun charge and had received a final order of removal last year. The school board chair described his citizenship as a complex issue.
I think there's no doubt he brought spark and enthusiasm to education and learning, and you saw that in the kids. And that's why I think we really have to stay focused on how we're communicating with our young people, because citizenship is a very complex issue. Somebody can have citizenship status that may not be legal, and at the same time, a person could be a good human being.
His arrest sparking anti-ICE students' walkouts, and now the DOJ is investigating Des Moines public schools for race-based employment practices. Laura Ingraham is the host of the Ingraham Angles, and she joins us now. Laura, thanks so much for joining us this morning.
Good to see you. Good to see you, Lawrence, as always.
Yeah, so this is not complex at all. I mean, a final order of removal back in the 90s is pretty much, this is cut and clear.
Well, Lawrence, this really exemplifies the Democrats' problems on simple issues. And it shows you why they're not connecting on the issue of immigration and crime, and why Republicans are really leading on these issues. Jackie Norris, remember, was Michelle Obama's chief of staff. She's been around. You know, she knows politics. She knows that these issues are resonating with the American people, yet the party itself is so committed to open borders that you can see almost internally she's kind of going, oh, no, this is not going to sound good. But she says it anyway with the complex issue comment. And I think the proper messaging to kids is, of course, we love all human beings. That's right. Not the point here. Yeah. We love everybody, but actions have consequences. And this individual, it looks like, lied on his employment forms and in fact is probably guilty of several federal crimes. And for that reason, he's a deportable alien. Like, that's just common sense, and that's illogical if you even want to get into that many details with the kids. But actions have consequences. Move on to reading, writing, and arithmetic.
Well, they've been talking about guns as well, and he has a weapons charge as well. And
yeah.
I mean, one of them is one that they knew about, and they still hired him.
Yeah, and it makes you wonder, well, first of all, how they're doing their employment hiring. She's like, well, we were told, and this was presented to us, and this is what we assume. Basically, this is what we assumed. I thought we're supposed to tell our kids that, you're supposed to verify things. You're supposed to actually have due diligence, a sense of responsibility. And in a position such as this, a superintendent of the largest school district in the state of Iowa, and you kind of just take someone's word for it, it kind of makes you wonder how many other people are in positions of authority with, shady backgrounds or falsified documents, and they probably need to go back and review all of their hiring practices given this situation.
Well, especially when you're responsible for kids. You expect that they would do a little bit more due diligence. One of the other stories that's getting a lot of attention is how the president is tackling this crime issue. And Democrats are against this, but you just can't deny what the victims are saying. Here's Stephen Federico.
If you take a look at his criminal resume, he's got 39 crimes, 25 felonies. And they cared more about making sure he wasn't put in prison than worrying about whether or not he was going to hurt somebody. His crimes escalated every time he committed a new one. He finally graduated to the jackpot and executed our daughter.
I mean, the defense of degenerates. It just makes no sense. They're victimizing people of all different backgrounds every single day.
Lawrence, I almost burst into tears during that interview. I mean, I was this close because, as a parent and hearing the pain in that father's voice, and that pain echoes across America. Democrats don't understand that their policies result in real-world consequences and death and abuse and drug addiction and human trafficking. And this is just one more example of a parent in deep pain because of failed policies. And instead of kind of looking in the mirror as a politician and saying, well, we tried this, it's been disastrous, Democrats keep going down this road of soft on crime policies, vilifying police, continuing attacks on law enforcement, aggressive law enforcement, and the results have been absolutely disastrous. The Trump administration on the federal level is trying to do everything it can, and you saw that incredible, and you covered the great operation last night in Chicago. Just one example of many where we're actually putting people's lives, American lives, at the forefront. We're supposed to protect America here. And that father's in pain because of one reason: bad policies and a revolving door of criminal justice. There was no reason for that guy to be on the street, yet he was walking free. And one of the most heartbreaking stories I think Americans have heard in a long time. And that really resonated with me personally.
Well, you're right, Laura. You talk about the soft on crime. Then you got going after law enforcement. Then they don't want the Second Amendment. So you can't defend yourself. And then if you decide, like a Daniel Penny situation, right, to defend your fellow men and women, then they want to lock you up. It doesn't make sense.
That's why people are oftentimes afraid to jump in. Or, the horrible thing is where people take their cameras and just film and don't help. But America's like, okay, wait a second, I'm gonna be in jail for the next 20 years if I make a mistake. Or police are in the same situation. So that all has to stop. And I think from what we're seeing everywhere from the Pentagon, the change in fitness, change in standards there, to the change in policing and at the border, we're on our way to fundamental change that'll help everybody. But man, the Democrats, they're refusing to learn pretty simple lessons, Lawrence.
It's so true, and you've been highlighting it on your show every single night at 7 p.m. Eastern Time. Make sure you catch it tonight. Laura, thanks so much for getting up this morning.
Awesome to see you, Lawrence.
Likewise.
I'm Steve Ducey.
I'm Brian Kilmeade.
And I'm Ainsley Earhart. And click here to subscribe to the Fox News YouTube page to catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis.